A couple of points of caution about policy-based responses is never approach a gay guest with the phrase, other guests are complaining. I guarantee that if you go up to a guest and say, like, you know, some guests are complaining that you're holding hands in the lobby. You know, we're a gay-friendly hotel and it's okay with us, but we don't want to offend the other guests. You're going to just really escalate that situation. This is either a policy problem or it's not, but either the hotel has a problem with what's going on or not. The other guests really don't get a say. So it's important that you don't go up to a group, anyone, and say that other guests are complaining. You really need to do it in the context of what is the hotel policy. I'm also going to say when it comes to gays and lesbian issues, discussions around children and religion tend to escalate emotions. So just be really careful about that. I think sometimes the religious right like to use children sort of as a weapon a little bit, and they might come to you and say, you know, I don't want my children seeing these gay people in the hotel. Well, if you respond back about children in the context of your response, it's just going to escalate the situation. You know, same thing's true with religion. You know, this offends my religion. If your response back has to do with religion, it's just going to get yourself, you're going to go down a road that you just can't win. So I would just say to avoid that in your responses. Third thing is don't let a gay man or lesbian accuse the hotel of discrimination when staff is just simply following policy that is equally administered. So sometimes a gay man or lesbian may perceive that they're being discriminated against because they're gay or lesbian. It's really important that they understand that in those type of situations that the gay or lesbian guest really understands what the policy is and how that the hotel does administer it absolutely equally across all guests. You want to really avoid those kind of misunderstandings. So maybe an example here is I'm the last person to check in for the night, and the only room you have left is 2 double beds. I may perceive that as a gay guest as you're discriminating against me. You don't want to put me in a king bed. And unless there's a little bit more conversation at your front desk, I may walk away feeling that way. So maybe what your front desk really needs to do is say, you know, I'm really sorry, Mr. Paisley, Mr. Marshall, it's really late. We only have 1 room available, and it's a double. I really apologize for that. I see you reserved a king, but it's the only room that we do have left at this time. I'd be happy to change you to a king bed tomorrow night, if that's okay with you. Is there anything else I could do to make you have a better stay tonight? You know, but just really go out of your way, because you don't want the gay and lesbian guest to walk away from that situation thinking that they're discriminated against when really it's just what happened in the situation. And the last thing I want to say is that gays and lesbians don't get a free pass. You know, they must follow policy too. And the gay and lesbian community, just like every other community, you know, 99% of us are great, and 1% of gays and lesbians are just jerks. And that's true of every community out there. So, you know, if you have a gay or lesbian guest that's a jerk, well, they're a jerk, and they have to follow policy too, right? So it's okay to approach anyone who's not following policy. And the last thing I'm going to say now is to get involved. This is the end of our basic training. What our hope is in doing this training is that you can take our training and then, in essence, replicate it or take the parts that make sense, incorporate it into your diversity training. This PowerPoint is available to you at no charge, so we can mail it out to you. You can also pull it apart. So maybe some of these slides you would really like for your diversity training. Feel free to take some slides and leave the rest behind. It's all available to you. There's also a written version of this that's all written up, and I think it's 6 pages long. We can provide that to you, too, for your personnel policy manuals. So all these kind of resources are available to you at no additional charge from the TAGApproved program. We really do encourage you to be involved, and I hope most of you out there are members of IGLTA. IGLTA is our industry's travel association, and we do encourage all of you to be involved. And there's their website, iglta.org, where you can get more information about it. Thank you so much for being at TAGApproved Accommodations. We're now 1,300 properties strong, and it grows every month, so I so thank you for being part of what we do here. If you have any questions, please let us know. And that's it. There's my telephone number and website. A couple things I want to say is that if you want this slideshow, just email it to me, and I'll send it out to you. You're free to use it. If you want the written version of this, it's basically the exact same training, but it's all written out in text. I can send that to you, too. Also to stress that part of what we do here for our TAG members is that we do have a help desk so that you can call me and we can talk about diversity training issues if that's what you want, or we can talk to you about marketing issues or anything that you want. But it's all free of charge for our TAG members. We very much appreciate that you're part of our group. And that concludes today's training. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call over the next few days. I'm here for you. Thank you.